Hi, huddle up. I have this journal, and I got this journal in 1997. I completed it in 2017 in the throes of an intense spiritual awakening. Everything fell apart, everything. And I ended up being a nomad for about a year and a half. I intuitively followed the path of the renunciate initiate, which means I spontaneously gave away everything I owned. I had 9 acres, 3,000 square foot house in the country. Yeah, and I left it all, and I'll never regret it. But while I was traveling, I would write spoken word. I thought I'd read one of my pieces to you today. I honestly have no idea when this was written, what it's about, but we're just gonna dive in. I just opened up a page. Here we go. This is called ZEST, and I feel like it was probably written around this time of year in 2017. Inhaling great gulps of superfluous citrus pith, the clueless see fit to mock the small pleasure of the day. No flora or fauna. Don't believe the lies the concrete is told. Notwithstanding is the return. The goal? Besieged, the plan of care. The gratuity earned in many lives over. The point slippers, once cascading blood, now hang drying. The child lost for the sake of providing. The roots, now exposed, the muddy shelf where life was kept. There are no gifts, no triumph in this lonely loft. Still, the zealots remain, crushing the sacred homes underfoot. The spring rainfall is bitter, no seeds planted, forming great puddles in the mind of the seeker. Temperament unmatched. Playful kitten keeps the squeals of anger at bay, silenced by the anger within. For if given the spark, it overtakes and envelops all. Similar to the lava molten from the shores of Pompeii, yet that was natural. This animal, entirely foreign. Diet, undetermined, undeeded oligarch. Is this feast for sinners solely? Their souls feeding upon the niblets of eggshell that ruin the malt. Riptides have taken more than have been seen. Wanting nothing, however, was chosen. Indifference feigned, the gunfire echoes to another determination. The copper pennies, they were forsaken. The dervish swirl to the abacus, frightful in the same envelope that seals the fate of many into the tongues of the snake charmers. The Zinfandel, stolen from the cask of the pirates at the levee, taking and knowing not. They await the torturous upheaval to identify the brethren, then close their chests with reverence. Gold, they tell of it, but it is not the fortune they seek. A zeitgeist reward, punch-drunk swaying like plastic lawn flamingos. No more stalling, lest the engine cease altogether. She whispers to the depths through the oceanic portals. This is how she knows all things. Love dust formed her chalk outline. That. Wow. Love dust formed her chalk outline. Friendships formed but never known. The Bermuda Triangle. That it were home, no visitors there. The yogi permeate the valet. They speak of no parking, or is it no parking? Either. The fates can decide for them. Basic, yet complexity the same. Stolen from another time, the key does not fit. Amen speaks for the simple praises of Jesuits fallen and speared in his likeness. The caulk forms all together. Are the niceties finally spoken? Nothing nice other than the warmth of the elders' linens. Subtle it was to understand his way, yet not. The branding iron somehow missed him. Setting his pasture out to sea, he told her to watch the puppies, for they would teach her everything. So she fervently obeyed. Lessons lost, or was the teacher lost in them? Playing with certain sons while docile daughters found their own path through the acreage. Can we unknow this? Forgetting is not an option, although all is forgiven. The pleas rise along with the incense to the crucifix of the one who promises to hear and see all. He knew the heartbreak. He knew the struggle of the forsaken. Still, he took the blame as well as the lament. Surely they had placements at the Last Supper. Surely they had placemats at the Last Supper. My handwriting was terrible back then. Okay. Spoken unto this, all things unspoken. Wait, that needs to be said differently. Spoken unto this, all things unspoken. Sometimes why is the only worthwhile succulent twining that a bastard of everything and nothing can supplement. Somersaults on the shores of Tripoli, tables heaped with coffee and chocolate in Belgium. Lying nodding next to the warrior is the only affable rest. The facade destroyed, hardly famous, yet in their own mind, the platform elevates them above mere mortals. Dopeness, a suggestion, yet the box is full. Or is it empty? Fear not, for questions have no fear when spoken by the soul of an infant. Shaken, never stirred, the froth of the dainty wristwork shows the line never crossed. Keeps them humble, Montague's war with Capulets, stories of the ages. Never a poacher, decidedly involved for one's own safety. Taken through opposite channels until mystery broadcasts were assigned a key on the remote fob. The unicorns greet the day with appropriate reverent silence. The husk of elephant's carcass, her forearms as the trunks dig through her pockets for peanuts. Without him, she is lost. The sun taken, truth spoken, but in him and with him, she greets each new day. Familiar tones of home cry from gazing heartstrings, the battle almost won. She awaits her warrior once more. Thanks for listening. I think that was probably one of the longest ones in this book. So if I do this again, it probably won't be that long.